Supergirl issue 3, legacy number 272, Sophie Campbell writing and on art. So, this kind of wraps up the arc to an extent. There's still stuff left, but this whole idea of the duplicate Supergirl, Larsa, is that her name? That's kind of wrapped up in the sense that the conflict seems to be over by the end of the issue, but it seems to be leading in naturally to what we're doing next. So, aside from like a tangent about mac and cheese sandwiches early on, where Supergirl and Lena bond a little bit, this is mostly Supergirl checking in on her parents, making sure that the imposter's not doing anything bad to them, and she doesn't seem to be fair, outside of the lying to them and hypnotizing them. The big thing though is that when Larsa comes out to confront Supergirl, she whips out that ray gun with the black kryptonite that she got developed last time, and when she fires it at Supergirl and Krypto, they turn into SATANGIRL. And well, Krypto doesn't get a new name, but I take a pick.
He's the Hound of Hell. Satan,
sure.
SATANGIRL. Because Satan rules. I was like, okay, this is silly, and I'm glad it was just contained here.
I mean, I think what made it work for me was the page or two after, where it's just like a montage of panels of SATANGIRL going around and basically doing that section in the Superman 3 movie where Superman's just being a dick when he's on, like, it's not, I mean, technically it's not red kryptonite, but it's basically red kryptonite. Where she goes around and, like, a birthday party, a girl's about to blow out her candles, and Supergirl just super breasts the entire cake onto their faces. Like, that's funny to me. Or pantsing everyone in the park at super speed, kind of funny.
Knocking over dumpsters, just as she's in her teenage punk rock nihilism phase. The panel that got me though was Satan Dog Krypto peeing on that truck, and his pee is apparently acid, so it's melting.
I was thinking lava rather than acid, but I mean, same difference, I guess.
Or lava. Yeah. And I was just like, this is ridiculous. It gave me a good chuckle. But yeah, I was like, SATANGIRL, where oof. It's kind of cheesy, but then they pulled it off.
Yeah, it's mostly just having fun with it. The art's nice and expressive, which helps. So there's a panel where SATANGIRL sticks her tongue out at Larsa. And what's interesting is that Larsa tries to get concerned about the Danvers around SATANGIRL and gets worried about them. So she actually kind of has a bit of a face turn ultimately when she decides to heat vision the ray gun, which, now why that it completely reverses the Supergirl stuff. I mean, it doesn't immediately, admittedly, but it's...
No, it's just, she's destroying it so she can't use it again, right? Yeah. She's like, oh no, the folly of my ways. Because it's Lena's...
That's right, yeah, it's this...
Tiny Tano.
Tiny Tano and Streaky with Lena come in, and she starts firing filtered kryptonite from the kryptonite vision of Titano through whatever crystal she's got, which separates SATANGIRL and Supergirl, and SATANGIRL just kind of disappears once that happens. But we get this. There's a really cool panel where she's separating, and you see just kind of like it's like a blobby like connections between the two of them. It's just a good panel. Is all I can really say.
Oh, and then her mom going, Kara, were you SATANGIRL? That just gave me a laugh because that is such a ridiculous sentence. You know?
Also, we have speaking of the movies, we've got a follow-up to the big S that's thrown at the end of Superman 2, except now it's more the equivalent of well, I guess the Flash's ring. I was going to say like Iron Man's suitcase that's got the suit in it, but it's just an S that Lena throws to Supergirl, and it kind of like forms around her into her current or slash new outfit, depending. I think it's the same as it was before. Maybe it's a little bit different, but it's mostly the same.
Well, it's the non-jacket Supergirl. It's the long crop top, right? The long sleeves and the skirt.
Did she not have that in issue 1 before she? I thought she did.
To be honest, I can't remember.
I thought she did.
I thought she had the jacket.
I was like, she did at the start of this book. But it doesn't really matter, I guess.
It's the one that we're used to. It's not the 80s one that she was wearing earlier on with the blousey top, So it's what we come to expect more with Supergirl.
Yeah, and it's a 2-page spread where there's a couple of panels up in the corner that kind of show the suit materializing around her. But then the big 2-page spread is her grabbing Larsa and saying, "I'm Supergirl." So it's a big whole moment. Someone commented on the episode with the last issue in it, and mentioned that Sophie Campbell often writes stories about like identity, probably coming from the fact that she's trans. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense reading this story, because this whole thing's about who's the real Supergirl and, like, you know, what makes me, and, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Sophie Campbell was trans.
Yeah, I didn't know that until someone said either.
Oh, very, very cool.
So, yeah, and
that checks out now. Now you definitely get a bit more of an understanding here.
Yeah, you can sort of tell where the themes of the book are kind of coming from in that case. And there's a whole nice bit here where afterwards Supergirl hugs Larsa, because she was kind of theorizing with Lena before the fight started, before she got hit with the ray gun, that maybe Larsa's just kind of super lonely, and this is her acting out because she's depressed, you know, whatever. There's a nice little bit where Kara says, surely she wouldn't do all this just because of loneliness. And Lena's like, have you ever been truly lonely, Kara? Because it drives people kind of nuts. So, yeah. Also, I laughed at one point, because I think it's when they're fighting before the hug, where Larsa says, oh, I've taken my own color scheme. And I'm like, that's not your color scheme. That's Lex Luthor's color scheme you've taken.
Right?
Say that again? You cut out for a second.
You're talking about Lesla, right?
Lesla, what did I say?
Or I thought you said Lena, because you cut out as well.
Okay,
so I wasn't sure. There's too many L names in this one, but you know, because Lesla has the orange and purple going, so not so much the green. She even has an L in her family logo, which looks like a Luthor thing. So you know, it's just very confusing. Anyway, the end of the issue is that Lesla's parents show up and say that she is breaking a bunch of laws by leaving Kandor and coming to the world. So she's in trouble, and so is Supergirl for being an influence on her. So we're going back to Kandor for some sentencing next issue. Now, based on the previous issues of this, the cliffhangers have never been like, this is what the entire next issue is going to be. I expect this will be, this will be the first scene that they deal with it, and then it'll move on. Oh, definitely. And I just, how can they hold Kara responsible for something that Lesla did? That's what I'm like. We're getting back to Kryptonians just being absolute a-holes. Oh, which I'm fine with. This is Science Council. Them trying to, we know better bullshit. Them trying to impose their laws on Supergirl, even though she hasn't been part of Kandor for however many, you know, that's not her. So, just back at it with the bad Kryptonians. Yep. Makes the super family stand out more. Yeah. So, yeah. And to be fair, the color scheme that the parents have is, I mean, it's not the exact same as Leslie, because they don't have the orange, but they have the green and the purple. Theirs is definitely, it looks like Legion of Doom era Lex. They're just missing the high collars. You know? Yeah. The fact, they just fed right in with the Joker. They've got a lot of Joker color in their color scheme as well. They do. See some white face paint, and they're rocking. Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, I had fun with this issue. I think this is obviously a lighter book. It's going for kind of a more fun and poppy, but it's it's focusing on the characters a little bit more. I think having this friendship form for Kara and Lena is a nice idea. It's already starting to feel like it's enhanced the book a little bit, with Lena sort of interjecting with some ideas here or there and making Kara question how she's like processing or viewing something. You know, she's already like reconsidering her ideas because there's a good influence in her ear. So I think there's a lot of potential, and I think the art is pretty damn good. Like, I think it's nice and clean. There's nice like flow to some of the action. Obviously Lena throwing over the S that's going to form the outfit was a great big moment. But even just the ray gun, little tiny Tano was a good bit. Supergirl separating from the SATANGIRL was a really fun panel. Yeah. There's lots of memorable bits in here. It's definitely not going to be for everyone, this book, because it's definitely this more light, kind of teen focused, like, pulpiness. It does feel very YA. Yeah, it feels very YA at times, but I think that's fine because it's its own identity, right? There's not another super book that has the same vibes as Supergirl, which is good, right? They should all be distinct.
Even Action, which is doing Teenage Superman right now, doesn't feel exactly like this. Action has more of a kind of a like a nostalgic look back at the teen years through like it's like the example in my head is Stand By Me, but it has that kind of tone of a movie that's looking back fondly at teen years, whereas this feels a lot more kind of contemporary of like, no, this is like fast talking modern teens like discovering themselves kind of thing.
Like that. Stand By Me, something like that, or I'm trying to think what are some of the other 80s ones that look back towards that. Almost kind of Back to the Future-y, but that's a bit different because it's an outsider looking at all that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's I mean, I think there's nostalgia in there because like they go back to the 50s and there's kind of like a sort of idolized version of that. So it's kind of in there, but it's like a different avenue of which it gets there. So, all right, what are you giving Supergirl, Matt?
5.
This car's not playing nice today. Say that number again.
7.5.
Thank you. I don't know if it's like cutting you out because it's not detecting you speaking, or if it's just dropping out.
I'll move this closer.
What an idea. He always had that option, everyone.
But I chose not to do it. Anyways, what's your rating?
Of you? Like a 4.
Well, we know that. You know what? By now I should at least be close to a 5. All right.
All right. Yeah, I'll give this... I don't know. I mean, I think you're about right. I'm just sort of debating if I inch up today or not. I think I'll agree with the 7.5, but like it's kind of in a really comfortable spot, I would say.